Welcome back to Mortal Knight Gaming Battle RC Tournament Series number 1. We finished the qualifying rounds and we have seen Clyde take a winning double time, Witch Doctor, and Nice. And our rankings officially go: number 1, Lynx; number 2, Atomic; 2, 3, Blip; 4, Wanhu; Pinpoint Redux at 5, Emulsifier at 6, Jackpot at 5, and Mobius at 8. That's our top 8. Obatron is 9, Generator is 10, Drake is 11, and Behemoth is 12. So we're going to get this 12-man tournament started, and we're going to update our scoreboard for this tournament. So get ready, everybody. We've returned. It's Series 1, Tournament 1 of 5. Stay tuned. All right, let's get our new bracket up and going. I'm going to share the true point value of everybody and where they currently are right now. All right. Nice coming in at number 1. We feel his performance warranted a number 1. Witch Doctor coming in at number 2. Close second there, in my opinion. Double Team coming in at number 3. Clyde coming in at number 4. Lynx held on to some points there with 8. They're not official points moving into this tournament. They're just a point to show why they're placed there. So they're number 5 with their 8 points they earned. Atomic 2 coming in at 6, Blip 7th, and Wanhu 8th. Now Pinpoint Redux did manage to make it into the final, of course, which led to him being in the top 10. Emulsifier, then Jackpot, then Mobius, then Obatron, the Generator, Toxic Drake, and Behemoth coming up in last. We have to expect this tournament to be... It's going to be a little different. We got 1 flipper, 2 flippers with Toxic Drake. We've got a spinner with Mobius. A lot of vertical spinners. A flamethrower with Clyde. We got a shredder. What? We good? We got a shredder and Nice. Witch Doctor's got forks. And they've already said they're bringing in the forks to this one, too. They've been successful all the way through the qualifying round, so why not take them up? Toxic Drake is kind of going to be our underdog, but Behemoth is really our true underdog. How far can Behemoth even make it in this tournament? We'll have to see. So let's get over to our bracket, and we'll get this thing underway. Tournament 1 begins. We can see we have a 3-round tournament set up. The top 16 out of the qualifying rounds are about to meet head-to-head. First up, it's Clyde versus Lynx in round 1. Who's going to go on to round 2? Let's go. Clyde and Lynx. Clyde already won 1. Lynx came close, almost defeating Nice. Clyde did manage to defeat Nice, so this will be an interesting battle. Who's going to take the first tournament win of the tournament series? And Lynx is keeping Clyde bouncing in the air. Clyde just cannot seem to get any damage onto Lynx. He can't seem to get that overheat started, and Lynx is throwing Clyde all over the arena. Clyde just clattering against the ground, sides, augers. Lynx has got complete control of this flamethrower. Clyde comes in with a little bit of confidence after winning qualifying round 1, and it looks like that confidence is a little misplaced against Lynx. Lynx says, I've evolved. I got higher than you. I can't believe you beat Nice. But, oh, Clyde's finally getting that flame in there. Is he going to give Lynx an overheat? No, he drives him into the auger. He couldn't hold on to him to be able to be effective with that fire. But Lynx is hung up on the sidewall, and Clyde does not look like he wants to help. Lynx looks like he's going to get the fall down on it, though. Gravity helps Lynx. And Lynx says, you don't want to help me. I'll sling you around. Hi, Hammer. Hi, old friend. And Clyde is looking at 1 big, maybe 3 big hammer shots, and he is out of this tournament. Let's see how Lynx handles him. And Lynx throws Clyde back up into the air, back into the augers. Clyde is looking like he is losing that durability battle big time against Lynx. And Lynx trying to avoid those flames and those augers, but Clyde's throwing him up onto his head. Lynx taking the damage now. Lynx has got to worry about those systems. He can't get out from those flames, and he's looking at overheating. Clyde may have turned this fight around, but we're not sure. Lynx is back on his feet, but that's it. Lynx has already suffered too much heat damage, and Clyde pulls out a narrow victory there. It was almost Lynx's battle. Round 1 in the first set of points goes to Clyde. Clyde pulling ahead of the pack with +1. Lynx at a +0. We still have 4 more tournaments left to go, but you have to hate to see a start at 0 after the first fight. And Clyde moves on. Pinpoint Redux versus Behemoth. Who's going to be meeting Clyde in round 2? Let's go. Pinpoint Redux really surprised us in coming up as the runner-up in the last tournament. So we'll have to see how he does here against the Behemoth. A Big Flipper who barely snuck into the rankings, almost didn't make it. Ringmaster was highly considered over Behemoth there for a moment. But when it boils down to it, Behemoth made it further in a tournament they were both featured in. So we had to give it to Behemoth. Now we got Pinpoint Redux getting hung up. Behemoth playing that control role like he needs to be. He must have been listening to us in the booth because he is starting to look at controlling these matches again. Backing up, trying to get the pinfall. That 10 count on Redux, but that 10 count keeps starting for him. Redux has got some movement in those wheels. He's budging. He's moving around, and that referee's not wanting to count. Will Behemoth end up taking an accidental count out here? He's just got him pinned up against the wall. If this ends up going to a judge's decision, Pinpoint is definitely not going to win this, and he knows it. Pinpoint trying to break himself free. Not seeming to work too well. Behemoth trying to use those side flaps to help. But Behemoth looks like he's lost the ability to drive. Can Behemoth end up losing? Nope, Redux is in countdown. 3, 2, 1. Redux needs to move. He needs to get against that barrier, and Pinpoint is eliminated. Pinpoint Redux coming out on top of that was just... Not coming out on top of that was not a surprise to any, but Behemoth using his ability for control to actually control the battle is new for this tournament, quite frankly and honestly. He's been depending only on the attack off of that flipper, whether it be the damage those pistons bring whenever he slams it down on top of his opponent, or the damage it brings whenever he flips him into the air. In fact, he ended up dealing 9 solid hits, while Pinpoint got none off. So Pinpoint falling out of the tournament early. He's going to be his +0, and Behemoth coming up with a +1. Going into the second round to meet Clyde. Clyde's got to be a little bit nervous looking at Behemoth the way he just went through Pinpoint Redux. It's Double Time versus Blip. Will Blip be able to control this battle, or will Double Time give Blip a run for his money? A champion in qualifying round 2. Double Time really showed that he is to be feared in this arena. He came in looking at one tournament to win or be eliminated altogether from the championship series, and now he's got a chance here up against Blip, but Blip is managing to keep Double Time pinned down with those teeth on the front of his bot just hanging in there. And Double Time is trying to get a good angle on Blip so that he can get him thrown into the air for his signature move here. It's just not happening. We're at the 2-minute 30-second mark, and neither one of these two look like they're going to be budging more. Blip going back to his old strategy of just kind of trying to hold and maintain his opponent, keep that weapon from touching him, keep him pushed back with the power of his bot. But Double Time is looking for that elimination by the look of it. He's trying to get an angle, and it's just not working so well for him here as Blip continues to spin right back to the front and just pushes those teeth in. Blip's battles may not be the most impressive, but he definitely knows how to control. And Blip starting to take some damage here. He's getting flipped around by Double Time. Can Double Time keep it up? No. Blip locks him back up. He holds on to him. Blip knows that if he takes many shots from Double Time, it's not going to be good for the beast. That little flipper is trying his hardest to make sure that Lynx can't get too far up onto his fascia. Now Double Time is really pushing against Blip. He's starting to win the power battle here. He's trying to get around to the side, but like I said, Blip is just controlling it. If this goes to judge's decision, I'm sorry, Blip, but I think the judges are going to have to side with Double Time here. You delivered no damage, and Double Time is delivering all of the shots. So let's see how this ends up shaking out. We got double time upside down, but Blip coming in, he's looking for that slam, double time pushing back, and their power is just about equal. They're just about as powerful as each other with Blip. In this tug of war with double time, he is terrified to take those egg beaters, and now Blip is trying to get double time pushed into those augers, trying to get those spikes working for him. And we're seeing here that Blip is starting to win a little bit of this battle. You can hear those beaters slowing down on double time. I'm wondering if he's starting to lose battery power here in this tug of war. Blip's got some weight behind him, but he's not dealing any damage, and Blip needs to get in there in this last 30 seconds and try to equal it up. He's just not. Double time is comfortable and thinking, well, if he wants to lock us up, I've got plenty of damage shown on Blip. I have thrown him in the air. I've done what I can. Blip is playing too cautiously. He's playing safe, and much too safe. We're in the final 10 seconds now, and finally double time gets to the side. Blip's up on his head. Blip flips. He comes down on top of double time, but that's just not going to be enough. Hammer comes down on top of Blip and double time, and it's just not going to be enough. The match is over. Double time is definitely going to take the win on this one, dealing more damage than Blip. Blip just kind of wanted to keep the match controlled. Wasn't really pushing him toward an elimination. Was trying for those augers, but he should have just broken off of that and started on the attack. Double time had his number from the get-go of this. So double time with 1 point and Blip with 0, ending the first round in an elimination. This first tournament is shaping up just about the way we were kind of assuming it would. Our top competitors are really right there with everyone. No surprising victors yet, but we're going to have a surprise here because Jackpot and Generator, they're slated to be probably the best match of the night. We're looking at Jackpot. We're looking at Generator. It's up next. Double time is now looking for their opponent. They're wondering, is it Jackpot or is it Generator? We're going to have a close call here. Jackpot. It's Jackpot. It's Generator. Let's go. This is a matchup I'm really looking forward to. Those forks coming back with Jackpot. He decided to bring that configuration again. Said it was the most successful he had in the qualifying round. And a lot of these bots he's faced before, so he wants the chance. This is a brand new one, though. This is Generator. Generator is flipped onto his back, and Jackpot is just controlling and dominating. Jackpot's taking a lot of the damage there from Generator, though, and Generator's huge disc is spun up. Jackpot bringing a Generator over to the hammer. It's just not working, and Generator's massive disc is just reaching Jackpot where Jackpot's isn't reaching Generator. And we're looking at possibly an elimination, and it's over. Jackpot is out. Jackpot with a +0 coming into the tournament series, and Generator coming in with a +1. I'm going to say it right now. When it comes to these two bots, I was rooting for Jackpot. Jackpot has kind of stolen my heart in the qualifying tournament, coming up from being kind of an underdog overall known, especially in comparison to some of the legends that we've had in this tournament. He ends up making it into the championship tournament. I thought for sure he had Generator's number there at first, but that weapon on Jackpot's just not big enough to be able to reach Generator where Generator's disc was. I mean, you touch that bot and you're going to get damage. You can see here, it was a super close match. I mean, whenever it comes to damage dealt, Generator barely comes out on top. 10 more hits on average, but it was enough. It was enough to put Jackpot away. So we'll see how the next little round shapes up for Generator as we move on. And he moves on to the second round of the first tournament of the championship series. We're looking at Series 1 here, Mortal Night Gaming. And so far, the qualifying rounds were super excited. These top 16 competitors are really going to have a chance to bash and battle each other. We're bound to see some revenge matches out there. All of our bracketing is based on where the points lie, so we can expect to see some rematches eventually. And I'm imagining that is one right there that Jackpot wants back. He wants Generator again, I guarantee it. Mobius, Obatron, it's next. Obatron coming in as the underdog of the entire thing, and he has been impressive in his victories. Mobius is got a +5 in the rankings, but whenever he came out qualifying, but he is underperformed in my opinion compared to what I've seen him able to do. Obatron going right in for the attack. He's trying to keep that spinning on Mobius down once again. Keep Mobius to where he is not able to get that spin up, but Mobius looks like he's able to. And he connects with Obatron, gets a good chunk taken out of Obatron. Obatron charges into Mobius. Mobius still is having trouble keeping that spinner up, but that hammer comes down on top of Obatron. And now Obatron's the one looking worse for wear. Can Obatron turn the tide and get Mobius slowed down? So Mobius continues to speed up that head top and just continues to ram into Obatron. Obatron sending Mobius flying into the wall. Looking for that elimination area. So is Mobius. Mobius is daring Obatron to try. Daring him to come on. Says, my spinner is built to sling you. You're not built to sling me. And Obatron is definitely looking the worse for wear here with every charge hitting that spinning top. And Mobius comes down hard on the floor there, off the auger. Obatron getting underneath Mobius and back underneath him again. Obatron is really good about sending his opponent up into the air, getting parked right underneath him and letting him come down on top of those weapons. And he is just showing that strategy is working perfectly fine for this. The hammer gets Obatron. Mobius looking a little worse for wear himself now. This is a neck-and-neck fight. These two just tit for tat. Every time Mobius gets a good hit in, Obatron sends him flying. And every time Obatron gets a good hit in, Mobius is able to get that ramp up and get that damage stacking in his favor. Obatron again throwing Mobius in the air. Obatron sneaking into this in the bottom of the 12. But he is proving that he belongs in here. He belongs to be a champion. Mobius just lost a blade there. We can see Obatron getting underneath Mobius quite effectively now, looking for that elimination area. And Mobius almost lands in it, but manages to pull himself out. Luckily for him, Obatron is looking to get Mobius underneath that hammer now. Says, help me finish this off. Can he keep him pinned under it? He can't. And Mobius is spinning like a top. He is trying so hard to get that speed up that he needs. He's getting frustrated with this. You can tell Obatron is just all over him, not giving him any chance, and Mobius is done. So they have no control over the bot anymore. He is just spinning wildly. We're going to go ahead and get our technicians in there, get that cleaned up. That bot is still going. He's rapping all over the arena. I wish we could switch over to cameras, but our insurance company tells us that we can't. Oh, there we go. Mobius is immobilized now. We have some smoke coming up from him. Obatron really did a number on him there. I mean, he really did a number. Mobius got the more hits dealt with 117, but his health just couldn't take all the damage that Obatron was doing. It was the throwing him up in the air, coming up underneath him, and letting him land on top of those big spinning blades that Obatron's got. It was a match made in heaven there. Very exciting. Most exciting match of the night by far. That seemed the most even-paced match of the night. Now, Obatron's going to have a tall task. No matter who takes the win here, it's going to be Wanhu or Witch Doctor. Let's talk for a second. So let's remember back into a little bit of Witch Doctor here. Witch Doctor coming up into the semifinal rounds and losing to Nice going into the championship, qualifying round 1. Now, they got to the semifinals there. They come back in and they win the next tournament that they're in, Tournament 3. They take home the victory there. And now they're coming into this tournament against Wanhu, who has been a point player. And I cannot stress this enough. When it comes to Wanhu, he is a point player. What do I mean by point player? I mean that Wanhu comes in and he absolutely plays for points. He doesn't play to win. He plays for points. He comes in, he gets enough points to get to the next round. He's top 6 right now, coming into this first tournament. And Witch Doctor knows that. Witch Doctor needs to put him away early so he can take that point game out. If Wanhu doesn't match up well here, he may match up well in the next round. If Wanhu can make it into the semifinals and Witch Doctor gets eliminated in the next first round, then all of a sudden Wanhu has played those points again and came out on top. So let's take a look. Got a little bit of an adjustment we're going to make on our screen real fast. Because it appears as though our bracket's a little bit off all of a sudden. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. So, nope, that's not going to work either. That'll be fine. We'll just go black underneath us. I thought it was matching up better than that. Oh, the magic that will be post. All right. So Won-Hu plays those points. Witch Doctor knows that he needs to take them away. Okay. Welcome into the bracket for coming into the second round. Let's talk about Witch Doctor for a little bit. Witch Doctor comes in, loses a semifinal matchup to Nice, leading to them coming into qualifying round 3 and winning it. So they're one of the top 4. They're actually ranked 2 coming in. Won-Hu is the point player. Won-Hu comes in, wins just enough points to qualify in the top 10. He comes into this tournament. He knows he's a point player, and so is Witch Doctor. Won-Hu needs this first point, but Witch Doctor needs a win right off the bat. Witch Doctor is needing to get this first championship so they can get that first 10 points, because that first 10 points is going to mean the world of difference whenever it comes to who is going to that final 8. We have a top 8 coming with this championship tournament after these 5. And I'm not even blushing to say that it is going to be a competitive match from here on out. And Won-Hu with Witch Doctor, I suspect this one is going to be probably one of the most competitive ones that we see in the entire game. So it's Won-Hu, it's Witch Doctor, it's time to go. Let's get this tournament underway. Let's go. Won-Hu and Witch Doctor both, neither one of these guys need any introduction. They're both legends in the sport. And Won-Hu has really been smart about playing these qualifying rounds. Witch Doctor is coming in off of a championship win at their last tournament. So you know that they're confident coming in. But that hammer comes down on top of Witch Doctor there. And Won-Hu keeping Witch Doctor pinned down at that hammer. Witch Doctor doesn't need to be taking those hammer strikes at that angle. They're going to end up messing with their drive. They're not going to be able to drive this thing around. And Witch Doctor needs that mobility if they plan to keep up the absolute domination they've been showing this league so far. And that's it. Won-Hu's eliminated. Round 1 elimination for Won-Hu. Witch Doctor did exactly what they needed to do. They controlled that fight. They used that spinner. They used those forks to throw Won-Hu into the elimination zone. I don't think Won-Hu understood what they were going for. It looked like Witch Doctor was coming out looking only for damage. They flipped the script whenever they realized that they're not getting the best of Won-Hu and go right for the elimination. Catching Won-Hu off guard. That's a +1 for Witch Doctor. That's nothing for Won-Hu. Won-Hu falls to the bottom of the 12 of the 16. All right, Won-Hu with a very disappointing performance there. We have 2 more matchups left of the first round. It's Emulsifier, it's Toxic Drake. Let's go. Toxic Drake is truly a story that is just going to be told through the ages on this channel. They come up from the qualifying, they get one chance to qualify just as a weird supplement pick, and they end up dominating and barely pulling out the points in the end to be able to get into the top 12. Just the right people lost, just the right people won to move the sticks so that they had the chance here. Emulsifier, they came runner-up of a tournament, so they're looking at Toxic Drake as just being another person in the way. Toxic Drake is looking at them for proof. That tail getting stuck in the barricade there. Toxic Drake, that hammer coming down both on Emulsifier and Toxic Drake a couple of times apiece now. Those treads are looking like they're holding up, though, for Emulsifier, and he's throwing Toxic Drake back to the hammer, and the hammer comes down right onto the tail, saving the flipper from any damage. That tail seems like it might have been a smart idea to block for the arena for damage, but Emulsifier throwing Toxic Drake into the side. Now Emulsifier, believe it or not, is taking the brunt of the damage through all this. but they are managing to control Toxic Drake, and now Toxic Drake has got an opportunity to get Emulsifier flipped into that elimination zone, and he's trying for it. But Emulsifier knows. He's staying to the side. He's trying to get his blade sunk into the side. Those skirts keeping Toxic Drake safe from the side there, from that vertical spinner. Seems like Toxic Drake is almost the perfect vertical spinner counter here in this tournament series, because he has just managed to handle them. Now, he came out swinging, surprised a lot of his opponents previously, not understanding how much power Toxic Drake had in that spinner, and now these Emulsifiers and such, they're trying to keep Toxic Drake from getting anywhere. But Emulsifier is taking a brunt of this damage. Every time he hits Toxic Drake, we don't know what's happening. It looks like Emulsifier is in a countdown, and Toxic Drake going into elimination. Emulsifier does not want to go to the judge's decision with only a minute left. And Toxic Drake is eliminated. That's a +0 for Toxic Drake and a +1 for Emulsifier as he moves on to round 2. No surprise there. But I want to know, why was Emulsifier getting so damaged while he was fighting Toxic Drake? I feel like Drake didn't really do much to him. He didn't really slam into him too much. I feel like there might have been something wrong there. The team is confirming with me that their bot is acting a little funny today. So we're sitting back, and now Emulsifier's got to worry about facing off against Nice again, or possibly Atomic 2. Either way, he could be looking at double flipper treble, or the most damaging bot in the entire tournament. So let's go. It's our final match of round 1. It's Atomic 2. It's Nice. Let's go. And Atomic 2 looks poised and ready to drop bombs. Nice, just going right into it. He's already taken so much health out of Atomic 2, and Atomic 2 is just easily giving up damage here. Staying on his back is not what Atomic 2 wants. He wants to get underneath Nice and flip him, but Nice with another driving assault into Atomic 2. Nice, driving those blades into the saw blade. It looks like he doesn't have a lot of control. He might not have a reverse at this point. Nice, going up end over end. Atomic 2 is done. It looks like that flip sent some smoke up. Atomic 2 just did not have the durability needed to hold up against Nice in a battle like that. Look at the damage done to that front scoop on Atomic 2. I think that's the first time we ever seen Atomic 2's scoop actually get damaged. Atomic 2 coming out with +0 and Nice with a +1 at the end of this round. Wow, what an impressive victory for Nice. Almost got him on the ropes there, but these drivers have got to start getting out from in front of Nice, and they got to start working the sides of them. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go to our bracket. And here we are. We're looking at our bracket. It's nice. Overtron and Witch Doctor, I believe, is going to be a good matchup. Double Time and Generator is going to be a good matchup. Emulsifier and Nice. Emulsifier almost got the better of Nice once before, so we could see either or go there. Nice has just got such sick damage. It's very hard to discount them with that shredding ability they have. However, Clyde and Behemoth is a little bit slower than Clyde, and Clyde has shown that he can overheat a bot within seconds. So we will have to see how that round turns out. Let's get to our top tip, our scoreboard here. And we are going to look at after the first round, we have a little bit of a point update. Our first set of points have split. Our top 8 are Nice, Witch Doctor, Double Time, Clyde, Emulsifier, Generator, Behemoth, Overtron. And our bottom 8 are Pinpoint, Blip, Jackpot, Mobius, Lynx, Atomic 2, Wanhu, and Toxic Drake. Now, Lynx dropping to number 13, I felt was justified after he just absolutely laid over for Clyde. I mean, he did do well and battling him, but he just lost control of himself, and that wasn't like Lynx so far in this tournament. He's kind of been our bounce back guy. He's been our, bigger than life guy. So We're putting him in 13. He had some control over that, but once Clyde got back into the battle and he really started getting the control, Lynx just simply couldn't stay out of his own way, and his own ambitions end up feeding him into that flame. Instead of continuing to play it smart, we feel Lynx deserved to get a few drops on that. Other than that, that is the way it's looking. Of course, our tournaments 1 through 5 winners are still to be announced as we set up and go. We can see here our first round points are set up. Next, we'll be adding another point to anybody who wins this round. So let's go ahead and continue to split these point systems with our first 10-point champion being crowned in just a moment. All right, let's get back to it. First up, it's Clyde. It's Behemoth. These two are going to lock horns, and it's going to be fire. All right, let's go. Clyde versus Behemoth. It's time for round 2 to sound off. Tournament 1 of 5 coming into this. Who's going to take home the points? Let's go. We've seen a lot come out of Clyde, especially toppling Lynx like that. Behemoth is going to be a little difficult for him, though. Especially with that flipper, he's going to be able to keep that flame off of him. And it looks like Behemoth is really showing why he belongs here. He's showing this committee that doubted him that he shouldn't be doubted. But Clyde's getting around on that side, and now Behemoth's got to deal with that fire. Clyde is controlling this battle. He's pushing Behemoth all over the arena. And Behemoth is looking like he's starting to overheat. Fire is starting to get to him, and Clyde is just trying to stay on top of him, but Behemoth is using those scoops to push Clyde around, and Clyde's getting that fire back on him. Behemoth needs to get out of the way, and that's it. The boom happens, the battery explodes, and you can see Behemoth on fire in the middle of the ring there. Our professionals are getting out there. They're starting to suck the smoke out of the arena, and they're starting to get the fire extinguishers ready. They're getting it put out. And Clyde coming out with another impressive victory, just manhandling Behemoth. The heavier of the two bots, Behemoth went back to that solid, just stay attacking style. And while I understand where he was coming from with it, he's trying to keep the flame off of him. He's trying to keep it up, and it was working at first. Once you start getting that rhythm of just every 2 seconds just blasting that lift, even whenever nothing's there, you got to imagine that it starts to get a little bit noticeable and starts to get a little bit easy to get around to your sides. Behemoth is out. He ends his tournament time with the +1. Clyde climbs up with a +2. He'll be back in the next tournament, of course. All 16 of these competitors will have opportunity after opportunity for 5 tournaments worth. And now we move on to Double Time versus Generator. This is going to be an exciting match. Two vertical spinners, one double egg beater, and one a big disc. Generator has just come up from the supplementary fight and just dominated in the Q4. Got just enough points to sneak into this tournament, so he's here and he's holding down at number 6 with a +1 already. And they're locked up. Double Time gets the better of Generator, sending him over to the corner. Double Time is looking for the elimination. He knows what kind of weapon that Generator has on him, and he sees how much damage it's already doing to his bot. He knows that his thinner frame can't hold up to that much damage, and Double Time is looking to get him flipped into the elimination zone, and he just might get him there. He's looking for it. He's got him all over, but oh, Generator's disc sends Double Time spinning across the arena floor. He's upside down, and it might be time for Double Time to have some damage put down onto him. Generator is trying to get a wedge in there somewhere, get him scooped up, and now it's looking like Double Time's at risk for the elimination, and it's done. Double Time is eliminated in the first round of the first tournament. What a shocker. Generator, who could have easily have been considered. Oh my gosh, what a shocker. Double Time could have easily been considered an absolute contender to win this entire tournament from start to finish and put a belt on him. For him to get eliminated in the second round against Generator is surprising me. Generator's massive disc and all that damage that it does, it it seemed like Double Time just could not get over those teeth. He couldn't get to a point where he could hit the bot properly, and every time he started to get close, you can see his egg beater there bent. That disc would just come down on top of his beaters, and that weight of that disc just shone through there. That's Generator pulling up into the top of the rankings with a +2. He's now in the top 4. We have to kind of look at Generator in a different light. He was a supplementary pick coming in from a 4-way battle bot. He didn't have a lot of time in this arena, in Battle RC arena. He didn't have a lot of time with us. We had not seen how he performed, what he could do, and he comes in on a supplementary pick and picks up 3 wins, getting just enough points to get into this tournament. And now we're looking at a potential for him to go into the finals. He's a semifinalist. So who will Generator meet? I mean, let's see. Generator just absolutely dominating the performance there. Double Time tried. Double Time had a lot of good hits, sent Generator flying, but Generator just managed to get those hits in exactly where they needed to. Call it luck, call it skill, do it what you will. Double Time and Generator will meet again. I assure you of that. And we move on to the next round. The next tournament, we'll see the bracket placed in order from first to last. So we'll see how it goes. It's Witch Doctor. It's Obatron. Obatron coming in again as an underdog, but I feel like every time we say Obatron's the underdog in this match, he wins. So hopefully we didn't just jinx Witch Doctor. Obatron looks poised. He's ready. Let's get out there. Let's go. And Witch Doctor using those forks, keeping Obatron up. Witch Doctor takes a hit from that hammer. And Obatron is not used to getting caught. And usually Obatron's the one getting out there and catching them, but it looks like Obatron was kind of hanging back a little bit, not wanting to risk that damage coming from Witch Doctor quite as much as he has in the past. That hammer getting hung up on Obatron there, and Witch Doctor is just kind of keeping him pinned up against that wall. Obatron, it looks like his drive, it might be out. His wheels aren't touching any surface, and Witch Doctor is going to let this count out go. Witch Doctor knows how important this tournament is, and he is done. Witch Doctor taking the win there from Obatron. The underdog coming out with a +1. Witch Doctor moving into a +2. Wow, what an impressive matchup between these two. Obatron really looked like they're gonna take the cake there for a little while, and then Witch Doctor just started controlling them. Once they started getting underneath him, Obatron couldn't do anything about it. It was just, Obatron, we'll see you again. We imagine that he'll end up being in the semifinals before not too long. His performance here has been memorable from the time he made his comeback to get into the bottom of that bracket to now. Now we're looking at Generator versus Witch Doctor in the final. That's going to be one solid matchup. Generator has a real chance of beating Witch Doctor. And Witch Doctor has got to be looking at easily their hardest opponent of the tournament so far. Clyde is still looking for his opponent. It's Emulsifier, and it's Nice. The favorite, Nice. The odds are ever in Nice's favors. However, Emulsifier has played it smart in the past, and this isn't his first go-around with this bot. So here we go. Emulsifier and Nice coming out. Nice is really the odds favorite to win this tournament, top to bottom. We all know that just watching him. And Nice just early charging Emulsifier, just doing the same thing he did to him last time. And that's it. Emulsifier is done. Nice's damage is just off these charts. It is insane what those little blades can do once they start hitting that bot. And just vibrate, they shake everything loose. Those connectors just don't stand a chance. And they just shred through any material that it finds. I almost feel like that bot must be made of plastic whenever it comes to Nice's blades. That shredder is just unstoppable here. Who will find a way to counter that shredder is my question. Because that's really what it's going to take. It's going to take a countering of that shredder, and that's it. Our semifinalists are set up. It's Clyde and Nice, a rematch of qualifying tournament 1. against Generator and Witch Doctor. Generator's first time in the semifinals, and they're facing easily one of the hardest opponents they'll ever have to face. We're just about ready to go, so let's go ahead and go over to our scoreboard. Before we get these semifinals underway, we need to check the scoreboard. And here we are at our scoreboard. Nice is coming in first place with 2 points. Witch Doctor 2 points. Generator 2 points. That's kind of a three-way, four-way tie with Clyde in there. Emulsifier coming in 5th. Double Time coming in 6th. Behemoth coming in 7th. Overtron coming in 8th. And Pinpoint Redux in 9th. Blip, Jackpot, Mobius, Lynx, Atomic 2, Wanhu, and Toxic Drake pulling up the very rear in 16th spot. That's a lot to overcome, especially considering one of these opponents are going to have 10 points at the end of this. Now, we have 5 more tournaments, so that's 50 points up in the air for whoever can win these. And each one of these drivers know that having that 10 point will pretty much guarantee a spot in the championship tournament. Not fully, but close enough. I mean, you can get 10 points and win a tournament and get eliminated in the first round of the next 4 and still end up losing to somebody who got to the semifinals 3 times. You know, we can 4 times. You know, we can see Nice end up not winning a championship here, but still point high enough to end up in the championship round and get a shot at the title. I mean, it's only a matter of time, and we'll have to see. With Generator and Witch Doctor coming up, I really feel that that's going to end up being our match of the evening. Generator and Witch Doctor. Generator with a ton of damage output on that vertical spinner. Witch Doctor has got those forks, and they're saying they're going to bring him in for all 5 tournaments, but you got to wonder if they don't win here, will they try to go back to their basic form and see about maybe surprising the opponents with just some solid attacks. Clyde and Nice are looking one-on-one for a rematch from qualifying round 1 championship round. And last time Clyde ended up overheating Nice because Nice just could not get away. He's got a short wheelbase, and we know Clyde can get underneath Nice. But will Nice be able to push his shredding blades up onto Clyde and actually destroy him before he can get that flame off? We'll have to see. So let's get to it. Our semifinal round of Tournament 1 is underway. And it starts right now. Let's go. It's Clyde. It's Nice. It's a rematch. Now, this one, you don't really know who's going to win because Clyde's flamethrower is so effective against Nice. It's about the only bot we've been able to see that can really counter Nice. But was it luck? We'll have to see. And right back to where they were again, but Clyde is taking all the damage. He is overheating Nice, and it looks like Clyde was destroyed last minute right before Nice blew up. You can see the smoke coming from Nice there. That was a close fight. It only lasted for a few seconds, but that was a very close fight. And Nice gets his revenge from qualifying round 1. It is just, there is just an absolute tail of the tape when it comes to these two here. I mean, you have Clyde, who's the underdog in Tournament 1. You can see he's taking plenty of damage here from Nice's blades. Those shredding blades are just so thin, they can just get anywhere and just get through any surface. And Nice, looking at trying not to overheat again, you see he learned from his mistake. He backed up. He tried to get in a better position, A, so that hammer wouldn't come down, but B, so that flame wouldn't hit him. And he succeeded. He ended up being able to get that damage laid into Clyde on the side. Clyde's flame just wasn't hitting him well enough to be able to overheat him. And these two are definitely going to be back into the mix. They're rivals at this point. And we got Clyde leaving out of the tournament at a +2 and Nice gaining that +3, hanging into that first position. Still, it's an impressive win for Nice. And it's all the sweeter, coming at a little bit of revenge. Next up, who's going to be meeting Nice in the championship round? It's Generator, it's Witch Doctor, and whoever wins this is going to be kind of a dream matchup in my eyes. Let's go. It's Generator, it's Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor's bringing in those forks. I think that those forks might be able to save him from Generator there, but we'll see. Generator's got those long tines, can get underneath a bot real fast. And Witch Doctor controlling this match early, bringing the hammer down on Generator early. And Witch Doctor he's taking some damage from that big vertical spinner. It doesn't take long for those thin discs to get spun up. And now it looks like Witch Doctor is trying his best to get a push in here. He might be hung up on Generator, but Generator's really trying to take control of this match. Witch Doctor is using that aggressiveness, that control. He's using those forks to get him flipped up. Generator is too, and Generator is not backing off of Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is definitely taking more damage here, but he's looking to change that. The hammer almost dropping down onto Witch Doctor, but doesn't. Witch Doctor once again taking the brunt of those forks. And it looks like that they're just doing some damage to each other. Witch Doctor looking for the elimination before his bot here gives out, and Generator's looking like he might end up taking this. That fork is stuck deep. Witch Doctor gets it out, but that's it. The Witch Doctor team signals their bot's not responsive. One of those forks must have got into the body there of Witch Doctor and clipped some wires or something, because I was just watching Generator take on Witch Doctor there was insane. But we expected the Witch Doctor to take the win there. I'm just in shock a little bit here. Just in a little bit of shock. Our championship round is coming up. And our championship round is shaping up nicely. It's looking like it's going to be Nice and Generator. Generator seems, every time something touches him, it just gets hurt. And Nice is all about touching you to hurt you. But Nice's damage output is so severe, I don't know if Generator can stand it. It's going to be a good matchup. So let's get over to our scoreboard to get a quick update on where these contestants all lie. And here we are at the scoreboard as it stands. Nice and Generator tied for first at 3 points apiece. 10 points on the line in this next match between the two of them. Witch Doctor coming in third, Clyde coming in fourth, and then Emulsifier, Double Time, Behemoth, and Orbitron all in the top 8. If this tournament ended today and we're looking at our championship round, our single elimination tournament, it would be Orbitron, Behemoth, Double Time, Emulsifier, Clyde, Witch Doctor, Generator, and Nice all facing off against each other one by one until there's only one winner. And right now, the top 16, the last bit of the 16 is all still in 0 points. But we still have another 4 tournaments ahead, so don't count your blessings too much whenever it comes to Nice having these 3 points, or Generator having 3 points, or Witch Doctor having 2. Because as we've seen in these battles, these things change on a dime. Lynx was ranked number 1 coming into the tournament, and now he's ranked number 13. Just did not perform well, and he's got some redemption to make up for. But we expect Lynx in Tournament 2 to come out swinging to remind us why he's here, and to put him into a position of power. So let's get over to our championship match, where we're going to have Nice and Generator facing off. If you were to ask me at the beginning of this tournament, this very tournament round right here, said, Peyton, what are we going to do? Who's going to be our champions? I would have put Nice in there, but I would have had Witch Doctor. It would have been Nice and Witch Doctor. It would have been Nice and Double Time. It would have been Nice and Orbitron. Generator coming in, dominating Witch Doctor like he did. Witch Doctor just could not get the control he needed to, and every time it seemed like he hit him, it just damaged him. So we'll see if Nice is lower right and body can fix that, if his harder exterior can fix that. Nice is just an absolute beast whenever it comes to damage in this. So let's get over to our championship match between Nice and Generator. Let's go. Eventually, somebody's going to come up with a way to counter Nice. However, right now, it's just kind of up in the air. Nice having some trouble. Nowhere. And Generator flips Nice over on his back. If he can keep that up, then we might see this. But it sounds like Nice, he might be hung up on the arena. However, he's got his weapon at full rotation now. All he's got to do is touch Generator, but the judges are signaling for that 10 count. Nice is showing very little movement. Generator's not moving. It's up in the air. Who's going to touch? And it looks like Nice has actually got some damage, but Generator taking the front. of that generator coming down and destroying himself and going in the air with Nice there. Holy cow. How did that happen? Whoa. That is our first championship round, but I'm shocked. I honestly thought Generator was gonna beat Nice. He was just knocking the absolute living ever crap out of him. Just sent him all across the ring, and that last time whenever they hooked up and they both went flying, Generator coming down after already taking a full barrage of those blades from Nice at maximum speed. It just was too much. Too much stuff came loose, and it was done. Nice takes on the victory here. And that's it for this tournament. Let's go to our winner's circle so we can go ahead and remind ourselves that we got a +10 victor right here. It's Nice, and he is king. Thank you for tuning in. This is Mortal Night Gaming Champion, the Mortal Night Gaming Tournament Series 1 for Battle RC. You can find this game on Steam. It's about $3.99 to $4.99. And if you're curious about the bots that we use throughout this series, you can find them over on the Battle RC Discord. Our winner for tournament number 1 is Nice. We congratulate Nice in his victory. And we go on to tournament 2, where all of these competitors will be reset with the new opponents. And points matter here. So our top 8 competitors of this series will end up going on to a championship single elimination tournament. And to crown the absolute champion, that champion will be disqualified from tournament 2. We'll still see them appear, but it'll only be in specialty matches and it won't be for any points. So congratulations to Nice. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share if you liked what you see in here. We're still ironing out the details of this show, but we're having fun doing it, so enjoy the ride, guys. Peace, love, hummus, and remember to be kind to each other. Stop being jerks. Later.